Alright guys, we are on the two-hand reach mod page on Nexus Mods. As always, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so you guys can follow along with everything that I'm doing. And please don't forget, once you've downloaded this mod and played with it for a bit, if you find that you like it, don't forget to endorse the mod. Alright. So let's dive into this. What is two-hand reach? Well, if you've been playing Oblivion Remastered long enough, you will notice that the reach of two-handed weapons is absolutely poor. It is one of the most annoying aspects of the game, I think, is that when you're trying to hit something and you think that you should be able to with a gigantic two-handed long weapon, you just can't. You need to be up close and personal, basically within dagger distance of an enemy, and the reach for these weapons is pretty abysmal. Well, this mod aims to fix exactly that, and it comes with several different versions. So let's go ahead and take a look. We have a 1.2 times reach, as well as a multiplier for damage for that 1.2 times reach. Now, I've just covered a mod that goes over the damage of two-handed weapons, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm not going to get one of these that also increases the damage of these two-handed weapons, but if you want to, that's totally at your discretion. I think it's definitely a good thing. But we don't just have a 1.2 times reach, we have a 1.35 times reach as well. So you have all these different options here. And I think I'm just going to go with the 1.2 times reach for this installation guide. As you can see here, there's only a manual download option. It doesn't appear that this has a vortex option, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is, guys. I will take you through exactly how to get this installed. But I do want to, real quick, cover one last thing before we dive too far into installation, and that is the requirements. So this mod itself doesn't require any other mods, but there are compatibility patches here. If you have the weight overhaul mod, it comes with a patch for this mod. So if you're using that mod, go ahead and go to the weight overhaul mod and make sure you get the patch for this. If you have Bant's Bazaar or Bountiful patches, go ahead and take a look at it and see what's going on here. And I'm sure if we go ahead and scroll down and start looking, I'm just going to scroll down to two-handed weapons, see if it's showing up here. Two-hand reach. We have Counting Beans and Unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch. So if you have Counting Beans Remastered, as well as the Unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch, be sure to get this. This has the Unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch compatibility with two-handed reach, and the Morrowind Style Bound Enchantment also has a compatibility patch as well. So just keep in mind this has a bunch of patches as well, but there is also the Michael's UORP patch hub right here, which also has a compatibility patch with the Unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch. So right here, this is also here. So if you have Unofficial Oblivion Remastered, you can go to the Michael's UORP patch hub or Bant's Bazaar of Bountiful patches to get the UORP compatibility patches. If you have Counting Beans, you'll probably want to go here as well. And if you have the Morrowind style bound enchantments, you'll also want this compatibility. Now, I myself only have the unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch, so this is the only one that I'm actually going to be installing. It has a mod manager download and a manual. Now, the thing is, for me anyways, if this base mod does not have a vortex option, then I'm going to manually install my patch for it as well. So, just giving you guys a heads up, this is only going to be the manual installation, no vortex today, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I'm just going to download this first option, the two-hand reach, the 1.2x reach. We'll do a manual download. Go ahead and do a slow download. And as you can see, I have a folder reserved for manual mods. You guys don't necessarily have to, just remember where you download this at. Make things a lot easier for you later on. So we're going to open up this folder. You can see it's a .rar file. I'm going to go ahead and extract it with 7-zip to here. And I no longer need the zipped file, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. And you can see the two-hand reach folder here, and it just has an ESP file. So what we need to do now is I need to open my games folder for Oblivion Remastered. If you have a Vortex, this is pretty simple. Just open game folder. If you don't, I'm sure you're well aware of where your game folder is for Oblivion Remastered. It should be inside of Steam, Steam Apps Common, Oblivion Remastered. What we need to do is we need to get this ESP file in the right folder, which is Oblivion Remastered, Content, Dev, OBV Data, Data. And as you see in here, there should be several other ESP files, a lot of them from the base game, but probably also from some mods. I've got Vortex managing this, so it is aware of all the different files I've got here. This one I'm going to have to do myself though. So we have the twohandreach.esp file. I'm just going to go ahead and drag it over here. And as you can see, it shows up. If I refresh, it'll even be in alphabetical order right there. And that is step 1 for installation. The next thing we need to do is add it to the plugins.txt file so that it's in our load order and it knows that it needs to load that file. So down here, I've got the stronger two-handed. I'm going to place this underneath that. And you need to add exactly the name of the file. You can't have any typos or everything breaks. And this is just twohandreach.esp, so I'm going to put it here. It's going to be above my altar gym navigation and Tamriel leveled region. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this file. And that is it. The mod is now definitely 100% installed. This was the manual installation process. If we open up Vortex, I just want to show you guys, we refresh this list, we can take a look down here. You're going to see the twohandreach.esp is right there, and it's letting us know that it is not managed by Vortex. So it is there, but Vortex didn't have any part of it. Now, we can still use Vortex to change the load order if we want, which is very convenient. That's a very, very nice thing to have. It just goes in and overwrites that file that we were just messing with here to put that in a different location. Very convenient. I love Vortex so much. I know a lot of people don't. Alright, so I did tell you guys that I have Unofficial Oblivion Remastered installed, so we do need to have the patch also installed. Now this says specifically for the 1.25 reach and the 1.5 times damage version. That is not the version that I just installed. I installed just the 1.25 times reach version. But over here on Michael's UORP Patch Hub, you can see this is for the 1.2 times version right here that doesn't have a damage increase. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one actually from Michael's UORP because that's the version that I have. If you don't have either one of these versions for the reach and damage, if you did something else and you have Unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch, you're probably going to run into some kind of problem where one or the other is going to override, and you're going to miss some kind of functionality between the two of these, depending on your load order. So just keep that in mind. You can always message the mod authors and see if they will make a patch for the other versions as well. But as they don't right now, I'm just going to go ahead and download this because it works for me. So we're going to also do a manual download. Slow download. And it's going to come in as a zip file. And we'll go ahead and open that folder. I'm going to go ahead and extract it. And I don't need the zip file any longer, so I'll go ahead and wipe it out. And you can see we have these two different things here. I'm pretty sure this right here is the original file, and this is the patch, based off date modified. Okay, so we come in here and look at that. It absolutely is, because the name is patch UORP 200 reach. Now, we are just going to drag this ESP file into this same folder location as we did before with the two-hand reach ESP. And then we have to go to the plugins.txt and also add specifically this file name. And I'll just copy that with a Control-C and put it down here with a Control-V. And if we save this with a Control-S, this is now saved. And you want to make sure that this patch for the two-hand reach and UORP are below both two-hand reach and below Unofficial Oblivion Remastered patch. And that is it, guys. Very straightforward, very simple. The mod is now officially installed with the UORP compatibility patch. I hope that was pretty straightforward, very simple to follow along. As you can see in Vortex, if we refresh this list, you can also see the patches here. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I don't know what's going to happen here between the mod that changes their damage and the mod that changes the reach. If they're compatible or not, they may not be. We will see. If they aren't, I recommend the two-hand reach with the damage increase. There are lots of options here. You can have the increased damage based off up to 2 times. Not quite up to that 4 times that the other mod provides, but that is a-okay with me. Totally fine with it. But I hope this was all pretty straightforward, very simple to follow along. If you guys got lost anywhere, or if you think I made any mistakes, please let me know in the comments down below. Especially if you're lost somehow or something's not working, please, please, please let me know in the comments section of the video, and I will try to help you out as best I can. I'm trying to make these videos pretty concise and clear, and hopefully help people mod their game pretty well. Alright guys, with all of that out of the way, as always, happy modding and happy Mondays. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way through to the end. I really appreciate it, and I hope it was very helpful showcasing this mod and showing how to install it. I'm really hoping that we can get this channel growing so that we can show as many people as possible how easy it is to install some mods and showcase some really good mods that some hardworking people come up with. In order to do that though, I'm really going to need you guys' help. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with as many people as you can. We'll try to get this channel growing, and hopefully it helps as many people as possible. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.